4-3 Cincinnati. And outside of Steven Strasburg, the one pitcher everybody wanted to see make his major league debut this year was this man, Aroldis Chapman. And he made his debut at the end of the month. He was put on the big league roster so he would be eligible for the postseason. And a man who has hit 105 miles per hour with his fastball is making his postseason debut here tonight in the 7th inning.
And only 5 walks, Brian. That's the thing I think that stands out most for me, is that as hard as he throws, and especially his first tour through the big leagues, he's had very good control. I know it's only 13 innings, but the guy's throwing this hard and striking out well over 1 per inning. You would expect maybe a few more free passes.
Made his major league debut on the 31st of August, and with more on the hard-throwing Cuban, we send it down to David Aldridge.
Well, Brian, everybody wants to see what this guy can do in the postseason. Jimmy Rollins told me the other day that he's been trying to prepare for this by setting the pitching machine 20 feet away so you can get some sense of what it's like to have 105 miles an hour come at you at less than 60 feet 6 inches. Rollins said he's always been used to pitching or hitting against guys who throw 98, 99, sometimes even 100, and that he's going to dig in against this guy. But he acknowledged that he just doesn't know what it's going to be like until he steps in the box and sees what this guy's got.
And as we know, these guys, these left-handed hitters, especially for the Phillies, like to crowd the plate. He's 6'4", 185 pounds, long arms, big hands, and can bring it. And a lot of times people, Brian, will say, well, is there really that much difference between 90 and 95? Yes, there's a lot of difference. And the difference between 95 and 105, well, we might be about to find out.
So Aroldis Chapman ready to work against the Phillies, and he will earn it here if he gets through the 7th. Chase Utley to lead off. Never been afraid of a fastball in his career. Then Ryan Howard, and then Jason Worth. Dusty Baker said he likes to start an inning with Chapman, does not want to put him in a game with runners on base, at least not yet. He is scheduled to be a starting pitcher next year, but the Reds are trying to use Chapman much like the Rays used David Price 2 seasons ago, and what we saw in Francisco Rodriguez with the Angels in 2002.
Chase Utley, one of the quickest bats in baseball. This will be a real good test here.
4-3 Reds. And his first pitch, 100 miles an hour. And you'll hear that the rest of this inning as long as he's in there. Oohs and ahs. And that is the difference maker for Chapman, the slider.
Yeah, that's 90 miles an hour. And for these hitters who are seeing him for the first time, I mean, you've got to get some sense of timing by looking at the first one just to see what it's like coming out of his hand. But that only put Utley in the hole.
0-2 pitch. Whoa. And that hit him. That got a piece of Utley. The 3rd hit batter for the Reds bullpen in the last 2 innings. And now Howard. This is the matchup baseball fans have been dying to see right here. Chapman against Howard. Power against power. And a cut and a miss, 100 miles per hour.
Ryan Howard doesn't like the ball in. He likes the ball out away from him. So if they try to pitch him away, even with that good heater, he's liable to catch up.
By him. 99. Took a little off, Joe.
Yep.
0-2 the count on Howard.
It's fun to watch, though.
And another one. So he dials it up to 101. And Ryan Howard is gone on strikes.
Worth just asked Ed Rapuano to move over on the third base side of the mound so they can get a better look at the ball coming out of Chapman's hand. Rapuano had been over on the first base side of the mound to set up for any potential play at second base.
One to count on Worth. Inside. Count evens at a ball and a strike.
You've almost got to get it started early, as the hitters would call it. You got to cheat a little bit to get on his fastball. Jason Worth has a bit of a long swing and likes the ball out away from him so he can extend those long arms.
He zips one in on the corner. 1-2 the count. Chapman made his major league debut against the Milwaukee Brewers. I was there for that game, his first inning, with light bulbs popping everywhere at Great American Ballpark. He retired the side in order. Took him just 8 pitches. And while his fastball was impressive, it was the slider that was the trick pitch that got him through it. Fouls it off his foot. There's a great example of what hitters will say. You got to cheat a little, not cheat outside the rule book, but start the bat head early to try to get around on Chapman.
Got to try and ambush it. And I'd say what I'm impressed with already, Brian, is his balance. I mean, for a guy to generate that kind of velocity, you'd figure that he has to practically fall off the mound and use every ounce of his 185 pounds to get it up there. But he's not. He's got good mechanics and some kind of life in that arm.
Did not allow a home run in the big leagues this year in a month's worth of pitching. Gave up 7 in the minor leagues this season in over 95 innings. And that one just missed. I'll say this. Chapman does not have, believe it or not, does not have his A fastball right now. He has been consistently 103, 104. He had the 105-mile-an-hour pitch in San Diego. On the ground, rolling, nice scoop to second, and it is not in time. Utley is safe. In the air, right center field. Bruce battling with the lights. He missed it, and it's going to go all the way to the track. Utley around third, and here he comes. He will score. Here comes Worth, and he scores. The Phillies have taken the lead.
He lost this in the lights, Brian. Soft line drive. It wasn't hit that deep, but he lost it completely in the lights. He recovered. Utley was going to score to tie it. He was going to score. But then on the relay, Brandon Phillips dropped the relay. And Sam Perlazzo never hesitated to send Worth home. And the Phillies get 2.
It did not look like Utley touched third base. Do the Reds know that? Will they appeal? After the pitch, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter as Ibanez swings and misses. Utley was a long way from third base as he rounded the bag. Check it out.
Wow, if he did, it was just with the inside of the ball of his foot.
Goes as an error on Bruce. There was also an error on Phillips. 2 errors gives the Phillies the lead. Ibanez into right field, a base hit. They will hold Rollins, who stopped on the fly ball. And with all of that velocity, And that great slider and the lefty-lefty matchup. Ibanez delivers a single to right. How about that?
And that 4-run lead they had going to the bottom of the 5th inning is all gone.
And now Chapman will match up with one of the best fastball hitters in baseball, Carlos Ruiz. 1st and 3rd.
Dusty Baker talks about Ruiz in very glowing ways, saying that the harder you throw, the better Carlos likes it.
Ruiz was hit by a pitch. His last time up, took one off the knee. Phillies got a run in the 6th to cut it within a run. Now 2 here in the 7th inning.
You were talking about him not having his best fastball, perhaps, Brian, compared to what you've seen him throw. He didn't warm up very long before he came in tonight. He didn't get up until there was already 1 out in the top of the inning. But he certainly had time to get loose out there now.
That's a good point. No balls, 2 strikes on Ruiz. And a ground ball. This is Giannis. He goes to second for 1. They cannot turn it. Another run scores for the Phillies. And it is 6-4. Ruiz credited with a run batted in on a fielder's choice. Mike Sweeney will pinch hit. This is his first playoff appearance. Sweeney coming to the Phillies from the Mariners. Mostly used as a pinch hitter, veteran presence on the bench. 2 outs in the inning. And it's 2-0 on Sweeney. Joe, whether it be the lights, whether it be the white towels, this is the 3rd consecutive year that we have seen outfield miscues against the Phillies in the divisional series. It was Mike Cameron of the Brewers in 08. Last year it was Carlos Gonzalez of the Colorado Rockies. Jay Bruce wears that label in 2010. As Sweeney turns one around, that is going to fall. A base hit. The Phillies keep it going against the Cuban Missile.
Nick Massett, a hard thrower, comes in. He's in the mid-90s. Got a cutter and an overhand curveball and a split finger pitch. But what a turnaround.
Reds had a 1-run lead when this inning started. Had their big lefty on the mound, their prize prospect. He has been chased. Now Massett is on. 3 runs are in for the Phillies, 2 on with 2 away. And Victorino shoots one over to Phillips. Side retired, but they roar in Philadelphia. A 3 spot. And the Phillies a 6-4 lead.